Recollections of Emil. I moved through the dim factory, keeping my footsteps as quiet as possible. Well, there aren't footsteps. Right now, I'm nothing but ahead. The other day, I was trying to get home when I fell off a ledge and destroyed my body. My head is harder than a rock, but my body breaks really easily. It would be nice if I could make a body that was strong as my head, but that's probably impossible. Besides, a body has to be not only strong, but practical. I've met a self-defense force armored vehicle before, but for its size it didn't carry much luggage. I've tried using a pickup truck that specialized in mobility, but it broke down in a day. If it broke from falling off a cliff, it wouldn't hold up when I do business in the city ruins. Oh, I run a shop. A portable shop. I started it because, I'm pretty sure there was a good reason. I forgot. It was a long time ago. Anyway, I really need to remake my body, so I infiltrated this factory. I can get a lot of materials here. I'm thinking of using a 3-wheeled body instead of a 4-wheeled one this time. I fortunately found some remains of a 3-wheeled truck. The body was rusted and the tires were flat, but with some magic, it'll be no problem. According to some ancient documents, this truck was a bestseller in areas with muddy and bumpy roads. There's some video data, so I'll be able to perfectly recreate it. Now on the materials. First, natural rubber. I need to do something about those tires. But this area is full of dangerous machines. It used to be called Robot Mountain, so maybe they feel comfortable here. I need to make sure I don't run into them. I can smell some natural rubber. Is it this way? Yep, it is. This is the smell of high-quality material. Excited, I move toward the direction of the smell. Wow, 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 wow! I suddenly have steam billowing over me, and I can't see anything. Am I moving? I feel my head being carried away. Is this what they call a conveyor belt? Whoa, what's this? There's a line of robot parts. They are being carried away somewhere in one straight line. I need to run. Wait, what? An arm extends from above and grabs my head. 2 half-spheres approach me from the sides. Stop! Gloop! It goes and I'm enveloped in darkness. No, let me out! No matter how much I yell or struggle, I am trapped in darkness. And exhausted from screaming so much, I fall unconscious. Huh? Where is this? It is suddenly bright, and standing in front of me are a woman and a boy I've never seen. What is this? They say as they tilt their heads, but my head is tilted too. Who are you? I know they're androids, but... It looks suspicious. Let's destroy 2B. What? Wow, no, wait! I'm not suspicious. If anything, you are the suspicious ones. You're wearing all black, and wearing black blindfolds. I'm going to destroy it. Ah, stop! I escape at my top speed. I think I bumped into something, or broke something, but I didn't have time to check. Did I lose them? I slow down and look back. Then feel something weird. Boing? What was the word for it? Was that a word for it? It seems I bumped into something and was bounced back. Feels furry. I feel warm wind from above. Looking up, I see 2 tusks. What I thought was wind was the breath of a boar. Which meant I bumped into the side of a boar. I slowed down right before, so it wasn't a life-threatening impact, but it must have hurt him to be hit by my rock-hard head. Which means that you must be really mad, right? I'm so sorry. Oh no, it's running after me. I hate boars. I'm always chased by them. When they hit me, it hurts. Don't come near me. It's hard to run away right now. There's tons of leaves in my face. I hear branches snapping right beneath me, but the boar's still coming after me. Ah! I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to crash into that big tree. I just managed to swerve out of the way. I must have lost the boar. Wait, it's still coming after me. It seems like this boar has drifting capabilities. There's always a few of them, the high-functioning boars. Why am I thinking of something like this? Where's the ground? Ah! It seems I rolled off a hill. It hurts. It feels like I'm dying. It feels like I'm getting beaten with sticks. Well, I'm actually just bouncing off boulders here and there. I wonder how long I rolled about. Before I knew it, I was at the bottom of a dim valley, feeling dizzy. That was terrible. Well, at least I lost the boar. Huh? I smell some iron here. iron ore is an essential material to make a body as strong as my head. After being chased by a boar, I thought I was unlucky to roll all the way down into a valley, but I think I'll be able to turn misfortune into fortune. Let's go pick some iron ore. Yes, it's here. There's some high-quality iron ore. I can take as much as I want. This is fun. Heave-ho! Pick this up, and pick this up. Pick that up, and pick this up. Here. As I'm singing playfully like so, I suddenly hear a sound of grinding metal behind me, as if some machine is walking around. It wasn't my imagination. There's machines, and lots of them. I thought I'd turned misfortune into fortune, but I was unlucky after all. I used magic to absorb iron ore as I rolled around, and managed to narrowly escape the valley. I go home and visit the factory ruins again to get natural rubber. I finally have all the materials. Time to go to work. First I use the natural rubber to recreate the tires. 3 spanking new tires. Reliable tires that can travel over rubble without a problem. Next I have to clean the rusty truck. I line up all the iron ore I collected and... Emil beam! The iron ore is turning into a puddle. According to the data, the ideal temperature for manufacturing iron is 2000 degrees Celsius. This way, you can separate impurities and pig iron. Of course, I won't throw away the impurities. They can be divided and cooled for later use. I'll need them for something. Probably. Okay, now this part is a race against time. Strike while the iron is hot. That's what some ancient text said. Yeah! It's done! I coated the truck in iron, and now it looks brand new. Now we just have to attach the tires, and we're done. Then I screw my head on the body so it won't roll off. There's better ventilation when I use screws instead of gluing myself on. I make sure to display my products on the truck bed instead of just throwing them on. This advice was in text too. Pay attention to the layout of your booth to increase sales, it said. Another tip was to make sure customers can see it from far away. So I decorate the truck bed and put up a sharp flag and add a loudspeaker. I hope I get a lot of customers. Alright, this time I did a full model change, so I have to record my thoughts on its durability and usability. So, starting tomorrow, Emil's shop will be open. Day 1. My new body's working really well. It rides smoothly on rocky hills and grassy plains. I understand why it was a top seller in areas with bumpy roads. But I noticed the texts were right when they explained that 3-wheeled car topples easily navigating sharp turns. There's a certain nuance to balancing this body. I have to be careful. The amplifier cracks a little bit, so maybe it needs some adjustment. I hope the volume doesn't bother anyone. I hope customers come. I'll work hard tomorrow too. Day 2. The new body's great, but my sales aren't. I need customers. I'll work even harder tomorrow. Day 3. Today the weather is really nice. I'm in a good mood, so I'm hopping around from one building to another.
Recommendation: force interruption with long-range attack from pod.
I hear somebody's voice, I think. I hear a gunshot and start to spin around as my gears shudder. My engine stalls. So that's what they meant by forced interruption. Ow, ow, ow. I slowly get up as I hear footsteps heading toward me. I look up and am surprised. Oh, it's you from the other day. The android's in black. The other day they had decided to destroy me right away, so I guess they're more violent than other androids. I remember it now. This is just like... Wait, who does that remind me of? Oh, well, business. They're my customers too. My name is Emil. As you can see, I run a shop. Would you like to purchase anything today? Since my reopening, they're my first customers. They buy a lot of stuff. Would you like a rusty clump? And I would recommend a rusty clump. Also, just so you know, the rusty clump is a good deal. Apparently, the woman in black is named Mrs. 2B and the boy in black is named Mr. 9S. The two buy the titanium alloy, even though I recommended the rusty clump. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to your next visit. I hope they start coming regularly. Oh, I have business to do. What? Where do I live? We didn't ask. This is business. Answering questions they didn't ask. That's what a good salesman does. I live deep underground. Deeper than the deepest part. Come play with me anytime. After watching Mrs. 2B and Mr. 9S walk off, I decided to call it a day. I need to tidy up my home if they are going to come visit. Day 4. Today I've been doing repairs since morning. Yesterday the long-range pod attack knocked me off my wheels and gave my body a small dent. Well, that's not too bad. I'll be able to finish repairs before breakfast. Well, I already ate breakfast, but... Anyway, first I have to inspect the damaged part. It looks like the sides need to be more durable. After all, in the steel ruins where tons of rubble tumbling around is a normal occurrence. I should probably use some spare material to reinforce the sides. Time to work. I lined up the iron ore and... Emil beam! Take out the impurities and... I'll try adding some titanium alloy. And some memory alloy too. Emil cyclone! The iron ore, titanium alloy, and memory alloy start mixing together. Now I have to coat this with magic. Yeah! Okay, alright. It looks good. Repairs and reinforcements are complete. Now maybe I'll eat. Huh? Did I already eat breakfast? It seems I did, but maybe I didn't. Which one was it again? I can't remember. Every time I repair my body, I lose some memories. Oh well. I'll eat breakfast. Day 5. Today I'm restocking my shop. Yesterday I cleaned up a weapon I found, and it turned out better than I expected. It's a masterpiece. I need to go sell it right away. Someone will be happy to have it. I quickly leave my home. I blow by familiar looking areas in the city ruins. I'm gunning it, at high speed, because I want somebody to buy it as soon as possible. Am I going too fast? Every gunshot, and start to spin around as my gears shudder. Yes, it's Mrs. 2B and Mr. 9S. Mrs. 2B is relatively quiet, but it seems like Mr. 9S talks a lot. He seems really curious too. It always has a look of fascination as he talks. Huh? Why do I run my business in this form? Well, I could talk about that for days. I think we should talk about that when you come for some tea. It is really a long story. Because a long time ago... Huh? What was it again? No, now it's not the time to think about that. It's all about business. Anyway, won't you buy something today? I have some incredible weapons stocked today. Like Angel's Folly and Type 3 Fists, Angel's Folly and Type 3 Fists. I repeat myself because they were in top recommendations. As a result, Mrs. 2B and Mr. 9S bought both of them. They looked happy. I'm glad. Because after I come home, it's time to inspect my body. Since I reinforced the sides, I don't see any dents today, although there are a few scratches. On the other hand, my brakes are starting to wear out. Speeding doesn't seem like the best idea. Day 6. I went off my usual route and tried business around the steel tower. Doing the same thing every day just leads to fatigue. It's important to try new things. There's a lot of weeds growing near the steel tower, so it's a bit harder to ride around. But only an amateur salesman would be discouraged by that. A true professional goes to the customer wherever they are. It's my duty to transport goods. That's right, because I'm... What was it again? I was about to remember something. Oh, that's... Somebody's crossing a bridge over the valley. Those black clothes definitely belong to Mrs. 2B and Mr. 9S. They cross the bridge and head towards the shopping center. That's where I'd met Mrs. 2B and Mr. 9S for the first time. What a glorious moment. Even though it was a little scary. Maybe I'll ask them how they liked the weapons they bought last time. I wonder if they're useful. I wonder if Mrs. 2B and Mr. 9S would be happy to hear I'll do maintenance for them. And so I decide to cross the bridge and follow the two of them. But the bridge is cracking a lot. Is it going to fall under my weight? Oh, I have to use some magic. This is the perfect time for magic. I don't know if I can fly very well in this form, but... Woo! I'm able to float. I only get a couple of feet off the ground because my body's so heavy. But it's good enough for crossing the bridge. I quickly head over to the other side. The entrance to the shopping center is littered with boulders and rubble, so I just fall all over them. What a strange flower. I can hear Mr. 9S. The floating box next to him. I think it's called a pod, right? Say...
Answer. It's a type of plant known as a lunar tear.
I widen my eyes when I hear what the pod said. Lunar tear? I feel like I've heard the name lunar tear. Looking closely, I can see a white flower near Mr. 9S and Mrs. 2B's feet. It looks familiar. Lunar tear. Ah, since when have you been here? Mr. 9S looked back in surprise. This flower's called a lunar tear, right? Where have I seen this before? I really want to remember, but I can't. Looking at this flower brings back a lot of memories. I don't know why, but I remember being chased by a huge boar a bunch of times. That's probably why I'm so afraid of boars. But I feel like there was always someone next to me when I was being chased by boars. I tried my hardest to remember who that person was. Was it just my imagination? My body was always broken, and I had to try different replacement parts. That sounds pretty intense. My body wasn't nearly as strong as my head. Even now, I'm testing a new body after my model change. But I feel like back when I was making a different type of body. That's weird. What I need is a body that specializes in transporting goods. And when I look at this flower, I'm filled with this weird feeling. My chest feels tight. What is this feeling? It's sad and lonely, but then again it's warm and painful. As if someone mixed all the metals into one alloy, but it somehow ended up becoming an entire new metal. I want to ask you a favor. Is that okay? It might be rude to ask a customer for a favor, but I can't help myself. I need to find out. Please let me know if you ever find lunar tears growing in other places. I want to find out why I'm feeling this way. Where's this feeling coming from? What is this feeling for? So, please, if you find any lunar tears, please send a transmission to this frequency. Okay. Mrs. 2B's answer was short, but kind, and so similar to someone. Day 12. Mr. NieR's transmission came in as I'm riding around a building that had started leaning. Yes, what is it? I answer a bit nervously, but it's definitely about the lunar tears. I found a lunar tear. The location data is pointing toward the desert. I'm at the entrance of the desert right now. How lucky! I'm coming right away. Please stay right there. I need to go as quickly as possible. The faster the better. Faster, faster. Yeah! Sorry to make you wait. Whoa! Mr. NieR yelled. There's no reason to be that surprised. Anyway, about the lunar tear. I looked down near Mrs. 2B's and Mr. NieR's feet. There's a white flower growing from the sand, waving in the wind. These colors. Sand and white petals. I've seen this. These colors. That's right. This place. Did you remember something? A long time ago, I remember taking care of this flower. It took a lot of care to grow this flower. It needed to be in the right temperature, humidity, and had to be watered at specific times. But the sand slowly ate away the plant, and the flower started to die. I didn't want it to die. I wasn't allowed to let it die, but the sand and dry air had no mercy. That's right, I stopped seeing humans around that time. Humans? Wolves filled the desert and humans disappeared from the surrounding cities. I was all alone. Huh? That's weird. I feel like I wasn't alone yet. But why? My memories are getting all mixed up. Thank you for finding it. If you find any more, please tell me. I might remember more if I see some lunar tears in other places. My memories are probably all over the place because there are some missing parts. I'm going to stay here for a bit. I'll keep watching this flower a little longer. Day 16. The next time Mr. NieR contacts me, my tires are stuck in some rubble and I'm stranded. Yes, what is it? But I kind of know what Mr. NieR is going to say. Probably something along the lines of, I found a lunar tear. I found a lunar tear. The location is just as I thought. I was right. I go right away. Please stay there. I can't say stranded. The path from here to Crater Zone to the amusement park is pretty complicated. I need to hurry. I need to get there quickly. The faster the better. Faster, faster. Yeah! Sorry to make you wait. You always get here so fast. Mr. NieR is really shocked. There's really no reason to be that surprised. Anyway, the lunar tear. I look down near Mrs. 2B's and Mr. NieR's feet. Right below an emergency exit sign, almost hidden by rubble, is a white flower. The sound of fireworks interrupting the music played by the robots. Low, but erratic and sharp sounds. That's right. This place is... The sound of gunfire, heat and the smell of something burning. A long time ago, aliens invaded Earth. I fought desperately to protect Earth, right in this very spot. I need to vanquish the aliens. I need to drive them away from Earth. That's the new fragment of a memory I recalled. A memory of a battle so stressful it made me anxious just thinking about it.
You did, Emil?
Yes, I probably had something I needed to protect, but I don't remember what that something was. There's no memory of that something in my vague recollection. I know it was important and something I didn't want to forget, but I don't remember. Thank you for finding it. If you find any more, please tell me. I'm going to stay here for a bit. I want to keep watching this flower, but the more I watch it, the more pain I feel. That's what I feel.
Day 19.
I'm searching for materials in the abandoned factory when Mr. NieR sent me the third transmission. Yes, what is it? This is probably about the lunar tier as well. I need to check Mr. NieR's location data.
I found the lunar tier.
I'll come right away. It is quite a way to the flooded city where Mr. NieR was. I panic. I need to hurry. I need to get there quickly. Faster, faster. The faster the better. Yeah! Sorry to make you wait.
As always, you're fast.
Mr. NieR seems more amazed than surprised. Anyway, the lunar tier. I look behind Mrs. 2B and Mr. NieR. There's a white flower growing from a crack in a boulder. It looks like it is holding on for dear life in the sea breeze. The sound of waves is harsh. Ah, that's right. This beach, the flooded city, and the sound of seagulls.
What happened here?
The battle against the aliens, I replied. It happened here. I was responsible for this area around the beach. The battle conditions only got worse with each passing day. I cloned myself so I could win in battle. Since the enemy fought with numbers, we needed to fight with numbers too. But the number of enemies kept growing, and I lost many of my friends. I had no time to mourn the death of my friends. I kept cloning myself and increasing the number of casualties. It was just a repetition of that cycle. That happened a long time ago.
I see,
replies NieR. He suddenly looks up.
Emil, how long have you been alive?
I don't really know. I feel like I've been alive so long I forgot, but I also feel like I've only been alive for a short time. I don't know anything for sure. I didn't need to know to fight. We only had to worry about how to get rid of the aliens. That was all. Thank you for finding it. If you find any more, please tell me. I'm going to stay here a bit. I want to keep watching this flower forever, but I also want to stop remembering. I'm scared to remember more.
Day 23. I'm already checking this people's location data and contacts. I don't really know how to be there. Yeah! Sorry to make I haven't even contacted you yet. The one that listens to me in this is completely unfaithful. I really just have been able to full time. It's our problem with chainsaw. This flower should do anything to show. So I've been using magic this whole time. Powerful magic that I haven't noticed yet. That's right. It's powerful magic originally related to, and it's flowers. Emil, how do I tell you? It's only necessary to steps back to quality. I'm ready for it now. I'm home. No, thank you very much. Because the lives of interpreting is something very important to me. Something important? Yes, the playful was very important to him. He had treasured these white filters and his memories associated with them. I forgot all about it. To show my gratitude, to take her to that place. I tickled and hooked it. Forgot about the soup, but I didn't eat it. I kept it with even though I didn't know where it opened. It's the key to elevator, the shopping center. Maybe it was a coincidence that I was to be and S there, or that they had found an volunteer there. I'm sorry. Please go put them just as well. Whoa, there's so many more cheers. Oh, it's this place. They took their own truck. They probably had the merchant several thousand deeper beneath the shopping mall. Thank you for coming here. Mrs. Tweedle's says, Emil, what is this place? This was the place I wanted to protect. Well, to be precise, the place the Prince used to be used to protect. Mr. Knight said to his head, I don't understand. I want to know more, so I started to talk. I said that I thought I would never tell the story of us. A long time ago, I was originally constructed as a weapon. A weapon? Before the aliens invaded Earth, back when the world of science, the person I was just a little child, and so I was locked into experimentation. The world instantly began, I taught myself to increase our powers. Correct yourself. Yes, I know the many Emils that we created. That's what the one that called himself was not, but he used to be. The originator. He wanted to protect the Earth, no matter the sacrifice. He felt that because us were his friends, more important to him than himself. After killing, I, or rather we, cooperated with him in committing defense of lines. But as we could apply hundreds or even thousands, all members were faint. I remember that Colin originated with his son. Such a sort of reveals that had existed in a different body. But the other that told me that I didn't know about this place. The original members were still in the Westers. The original liked this place. This was what everything that was important to him existed. He recreated his cottage, planted flowers that were dear to his beloved, and relived his memories of the past. There were tough times and sad times, but memories of that journey were never carried by the original. I didn't experience it myself, but his memories, those things that once not existed, live inside me now. And better, why is it not? I don't know. There were too many of us to keep track. Let's see. There are thousands and tens of thousands of us, with most of us not around to protect the world that original Emil had cherished and within with his friends. Thank you very much, because I was able to remember something very important to me. I was scared to remember before, but now I will have to remember. If I have this memory, I'll be able to endure it more. Even if I worry, I'll keep following the balance. As long as I have this memory, that's what I think. Day 34. I spent the day after meeting Mrs. Tweedle's the night the day after that, just I have some things I need to think through. After that, I spent some time running around city rooms and waiting for customer service. I was thinking, no one comes. Not even Mrs. Sophia or Mr. Enterprise. I go to the shopping center too, but it's not there. A few days ago, I heard there was a big bang in the flight city. Hope nothing happened to them. No, I probably won't too much. I have no one now. But even during that short time, I could see that they were ever smaller. Maybe they must follow away. I don't think the car is being very tired. I want to say goodbye. Day 54. Today is the first time I'm going to reach 2 a.m. still in this. I want to go back to it, but then I get better, so I stop myself. There are a few small times, and 2 big times. There are enemies, but the 2 of them are fighting without a problem. If I helped, I would probably be dead. That's why I execute everything. I leave the enemy across the bridge. I want to see who I should go next time. After I got sent to the English, where did I go? To be honest, that sounds a bit suspicious, because the original Emil was any energy as he could, they could cure his little sister's disease. And it's expected that her person received that for years. Her wish was, no, that's just what I, or the person I used to be, thought. There was no way my wish was going to be granted. I knew On the other hand, I didn't expect anything. I knew it was a drawer, but I wanted to make it was too. Emil! Miss Trudy calls to me, and I turn around. Apparently, it was the flight of the part of enemies. There isn't a single scratch on either of them. You've got this fun. I found you just boasting that above the custom weapons. Even without my weapons, these two would still be strong. You don't need my help anymore. What do you mean? No, it's nothing. I'm thankful to them here. This one can probably say my goodbyes. All the best. I can wait for the end. And if they're hurt, I need to stick them with rights to right. My responsibility at that was support from their leader. I carried supplies and pledged the infantry on the front lines. I was on the back and forth the whole time. My body was this size, so I could be able to move across the battlefield, and I had this because I specialized in transporting supplies. The rest of the scientists and bodies were some responsibilities. Then some few lines had had power, while the people that gathered the size that these were of extra benefits. The original idea apparently built up that diversity was fixing to get the identity of first. Just like how things like person, their lives out in cultures and survive for so long. Every day, I was alone. From the flight city to the beach, day after day, I carried supplies. I brought the covering materials from the friends, and replenished materials from the friends that used all their energy. It became less and less talkative as the days passed, but I was currently trying to fall together. I introduced that conversation had started to disappear right around the time when I was to restart the car. At the same time, when the world started to fit, apparently it exchanged my parts for parts of the weakness, which were the few parts of original that I had, the few parts of the past that I had. I did not exercise the intense specialized Emil's. I was praising the light of an enemy behind me, the shadow was in the same floor. Since I was outside my own path to deliver supplies, I was always covered in scratches, and as a result, I had such parts every day, and every time my memories of the original fight bit nothing. But they were so good. These memories had restricted me. Those memories were of the original fight, and not my own. Even if I heard them, they were fake. One by one, some memories faded, some went back into my life. Eventually, I learned how to contain my emotions. I went from my memories of struggle and sadness. At that point, my defenses had crumbled. No matter how often we cut ourselves, the never easy place that faster. The Indians must produce things and boast of their forces. Just like us, they were able to be adapted to the situation. The Indians didn't have victories. Counts of enemies came down to earth and took the edge on the back against the Indians. Of course it wasn't easy. It seemed to have struggled us all. After my friends and I were scared, we lost the majority of the original Indians warriors. We lived in inside woods, running shots from the roads. It was strange. Our bodies were connected to the river paths. I would probably still want to see you guys on a rifle again. If I had this is too easy to do this. Without the dead people my back. Without the realization that my own friends were in danger. If I didn't know that I had fought my own, but had no idea what they meant. All I knew was that I heard strange noises in the desert, and that I was scared of them. I need to go quickly to where everyone is. I used an teleportation method that I remembered recently. The plots of clouds and buildings disappear, and I'm still in the desert. And looking up, I can see giant spheres in the air. There are 10 specialized Emils. It looks like the eyes of these are so for them supplies. Everyone is so nice. We will always weird. Accept the patience to be with gratitude like, thank you, and good back. We all fought together in desperate times. The meats and the we would care for each other. To not like family. And it's a team of that. So let's pour from you the front lines after you saw each other, and you will operate it alone. But on the other hand, caring for each other was different and hard to lose friends after the other. The fact that the whole family must have made it harder to watch the interactions of friends. Everyone. It's since we don't remember, They grow themselves like a wild animals. Their heels glow through lights. And it hurts. It hurts. They say, and you please for help too. Eternity. It hurts. Hurts. It's been thousands of years since the alien ambush. The whole time soldiers were fighting on the front lines, and they keep blood for a long time. Why? Us? And they threw them out of self-clothing, turned darkness and evil with gross friends.
Go to destroy everything.
No, you can't.
Yes, it's useless.
Stop, don't do it. But my voice doesn't reach them. I'm an awful to persuade them. Remember what I said. They're suffering wind. I know that. Everyone stop. I've been so repulsed by their attack. That's their whole chance. When they have thought it could come from aliens, but I have to stop them. I faced them many times, but every time I ran it away. My body is bent, and loses its tires. Panic silence are upset. I'm about to move. Emil! I hope this is too late for us. Are you okay? I see the question as stared into my face. Did not even notice I was acting strangely and full of what is that? Those are the product of my clothing. Everything, the durations of clothing and years of battle, that leaves their minds. My friends have read part about my sanity. There's no way I'm going to let them be. I need to put an end to this. It's okay. You should listen to me. The twisted leads me down the road to face the giant enemies. I don't have the strength to stop them anymore. Eventually, my body fades out on the verge of losing consciousness. I wonder if this is what dying feels like. I think aimlessly. I can hear voices. The voices of my friends. We did our best on rainy days, windy days, and stormy days. No. I just sing. We kept fighting.
Even when our friends died, I gradually start to remember what the latter, quieter Emils were like. They kept their mouths shut, because as soon as they started talking, nothing but pent-up resentment would come out, and only worsened their situation. But this internal war, this eternal pain, this eternal struggle, it screams at us that there is nothing in this world worth protecting, that this world has no meaning. That's what we hear. A piercing laugh echoes around us.
Warning, large amounts of incoming magic.
I hear Pot say.
Do you know this pain, this sadness, this despair? Can you feel it?
It is clear what they are going to do. Release a giant amount of magic in one immense explosion and self-destruct, taking this cruel world along for the ride. World? What about the world? What about this cruel world? I suddenly remember someone's voice. It was a cold and blunt voice, but kind. That person's voice was very similar to Mrs. 2B's. I hear a calculated voice of a wise man too. A kind and mellow voice as well. The original Emil's memories are starting to resurface. His treasured memories. Memories of that journey. Still, this is wrong! I scream. Even if my friends had lost their sanity, the very same memories must be buried deep inside of them. No matter how much pain or agony that person had, he never gave up. She thought believing that one day she would overcome all of that. You have to keep going, even if it's in vain. Isn't that right, Kaine? I can't attack or defend for my life, but I have to do this. I can't give up. This is the world that person tried to protect. I feel my friends come too. Our memories are scattered and faded, but there are still traces of that person. I gather all the magic within me to stop my friends from self-destructing, so I can make an effort until the very end. It's quiet. I only hear the sound of wind. It seems I'm still alive. I'm no good. I remembered something that important at the very last second. They are fake memories, but the pain of losing someone dear to me is real. I was running away from that this whole time. I tried to shut away my memories and forget them, but that made me forget things I wasn't supposed to forget. I can't hear my friends anymore. It seemed like I was able to stop the explosion. Mrs. 2B and Mr. 9S probably lent a hand as well. Mrs. 2B and Mr. 9S, you helped me until the very end. I see Mrs. 2B shake her head in silence. Mr. 9S tells me, "You get better if we fix you up." They're very kind people. They've lived through harsh and cruel battles almost every day. But you couldn't tell. Why were people that lived through terrible battles so kind? That's right. That person was kind too. I can feel my consciousness slowly fading. My memories, or rather, memories that weren't mine, gradually disappear. It's okay. This is fine. I'm about to let everything go. Emil. I hear a voice call out. It isn't Mrs. 2B or Mr. 9S, but a nostalgic voice. I look up in surprise. This was... Though my vision is hazy, I see a smiling person waving their hand. A floating book as well. I see him. I actually see him again. The lunar tears have actually granted me my wish. Welcome back, Emil. Good work. I stand up and head toward the person I yearn to see the most, all the while repeating the name I love to say.